And we are live again. Good afternoon, everyone. So last night, as we know, Arsenal won 3-1 against Aston Villa. You're welcome with us on all things Arsenal. We are here again. You can see Coach Kingsley there, or should I say Baller Kingsley? Because, by the way, anyone watching this, wherever it goes, he plays ball. We're looking for real players to obviously get to the top with Arsenal. ESR wants to win the league with us. We don't know if he'll win the league with Arsenal because it might be waiting quite a lot of years. But yeah, we've got a real one here, a real gooner, even though he's from Birmingham, but a real gooner with us. You're welcome back against Kingsley. And we are on the RBN YouTube channel. Good to have you back. Good to have you lot watching us again. How you doing, man?
I'm swell, man. I'm good. I feel nice.
Good. Me too, man. Me too. I'm glad your prediction didn't come true. And mine did. Remember I said I had a sneaky feeling that they would respond.
You did.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not because I have any confidence in this team. And, once again, the only reason I'm an Arteta in guy is because I know we can't get anyone of the ilk of your Wengers, your Peps, your Klopps, or whoever coming in as of today. He, it seems, is the best we can get. So I've just accepted a lot. That's the only reason I'm an Arteta in. That doesn't mean I don't think he can be a great coach in the future. I think with this squad of players, with the budget he has, with his experience, meaning this is his first job, I'm just expecting some of the things that's been going. So that's the only reason I'm an Arteta in person. So just to put that out there to you and everyone, that's the reason why it seems I back him so much. So, but I had faith in him getting them to respond in a short space of time because they had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to work on this. So that meant that they didn't have a lot of time. They had to get the bad result of Monday out of their mind and switch on again. And I think in short bursts, just like how they turn up one half, they don't turn up another half, I felt he was going to get into them. He was going to make some changes, which he did, and get a result. And that's the only reason why I thought, they could get it. Because to be honest, Villa tried from the first few seconds to come and bully us. But we showed, nope, that's not happening today. And with Watkins getting that yellow card, I said, you know what, this is going to be Arsenal's game today because now he's not going to be so aggressive.
Yeah.
And that's going to take a lot from his game. And from then on, we just shot Villa down. So talk to me.
One word, man. Lacazette.
Yeah.
Difference.
I like that.
Lacazette and Aubameyang on the pitch means you're going to win the game.
Yeah.
Difference. We attack with fluidity. We look dangerous. We can counter. With Auba isolated, we can't counter.
Yeah.
It was lovely to watch, man. Especially going down on the left. Tierney's got a real problem because Tavares is coming in hot.
Yes,
he's running things on that left. He's showing that he's not. He's showing that he's not an understudy. He's come here to contend for the first team.
100%.
Yeah,
100. And I like that.
Yeah, we need that.
It also tells me that should Tierney come back and he gets back to his level, God forbid, if we need to rest Saka or Saka, just need breathing space because I don't want Saka injured. Nah, we don't need that. We don't need that. We can actually play Tavares in Saka's position and he will do a job. I can already see that in his game.
He's got the technical ability, the flair.
He's got the ability.
The pace.
Yeah.
I
can't wait to see Tavares against Leeds on Tuesday because I reckon he will play again. Yeah,
I said to you he's got to play Tavares because after the Monday game because Tierney was looking a little tired and he's been a little poor.
They probably looked at Tierney and they've probably checked his stats and his running and what his whatever medical will be saying, and they said you probably need a rest. I don't think he's injured. They probably looked at him and said, you need a rest.
He needs a rest. He played those games for Scotland as well. He needs a rest, man.
And even before remember, he came back quite quick after his injury last year. And we know this about Tierney. He will run through brick walls for everything. So when he was, like we said on Monday, not playing like himself, I always felt it was a fatigue or injury thing because the Tierney to not want to push, this guy is all about pushing. He's all about that energy and all about that movement. So to not see it, because to be honest, he's this season he hasn't looked himself.
He hasn't
not looked himself. and that was weird for us because Tierney gives you minimum 9 out of 10 every game.
Yeah.
As in always puts it on the line. So yeah, that was great. That was great yesterday.
It was great.
And as I've always said, I don't want to bash Pepe, so I'm just going to mention it just once. He slows the movement down. There was no slowness yesterday. There was no slowness. Everything was quick, was snappy.
It was lovely. I love the way we switched the ball to the left as well, from the right straight to the left. That's where most of the goals came from. That's how we got the corner as well. Switching it to the left, and yeah.
I agree. Another thing I like to see as well is that just a quick note on Villa. Did you see Emi Martinez's reaction when that goal went in after the penalty?
Yeah, he was head down because he thought, yeah, I've saved it, but he was head down, mate.
And to me, it just goes to show, even though we have someone younger in Ramsdale now, and I think Ramsdale's like a mini Martinez. I see a lot of similarities in there.
Listen, Ramsdale's distribution again must have cut through about 5 players to feed Tomiyasu in the opposition's half. The ball didn't even come off the floor.
It didn't.
I was like, whoa, I've never seen that in my life.
Nah, his distribution.
I'm telling you, if that was Edison, they would have made replays of it and talked about it for weeks.
100%. I am liking this boy. This boy has got something.
And there was a couple decent saves in there as well. Couldn't do anything about Ramsey's goal. Ramsey's goal was a nice finish, but anything else that came at him, he dealt with it.
He dealt with it, yeah. You can't do that. That's posting in. And if that comes in at that pace, that's very, very, very hard.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that was the one time our guys stepped back. And we've seen that many times. Anytime you step back, you're susceptible to be punished.
Yeah.
That was the one time the guys
Partey
should have stuck his feet in the bottom.
Yeah.
We will allow them because of the effort that they put in, because as we both know, it's hard to maintain that throughout a whole 90. And thank God that shot, that Watkins didn't go for that, because he puts his toe on that. That could have been 3-2, and then that's a different game, especially with Laka off at that time or whatever. And to be honest, what you said about Laka, I reckon Martinelli is going to give you that when he gets his chance next to Laka, because he will get his chance when Oba goes to AFCON in January. And hopefully Pepe too. Having Martinelli will get his chance when those guys are away in January. So you're going to see that same intensity, because even in the minutes he came on, I was praying he got in at that time and just took that chance against, was it Mings or Konsa, when he ran in against him? Because I just like the kid, and I just want to see him do his stuff again. And he looks like I'm looking for a really solid, good game against Leeds on Tuesday for Martinelli, regardless of whichever team Leeds put out. I really want to see something solid from them. I want to see something solid from Maitland-Niles, even though Sambi's ahead of him at the moment. I want to see Maitland-Niles saying, you know what? Yep, these guys may be ahead of me, but look, I want to talk to. I want to show I'm about it. You know, I want to see everyone who comes in say, look, pick me. You know,
shooting Lokonga was class.
Yeah,
shooting let him down, but he's desperate to get his first Arsenal goal.
He's desperate. It's almost like he's at Partey, you know, like, and I reckon that's why Partey had a lot of these wild shots, because he's desperate for that goal. We have to remember that these guys, like us, they're human beings as well. Like in that split second when you're going for it, you're gonna do some stuff that you don't do on the training pitch, and that's why we see them weird and wild air misses and stuff. It's like with Aubameyang. Like I reckon overplays with his food too much. That bicycle kick, if he's more central, I'm like, okay, go for it. But you were at an angle that if you were going to get that to go inside the goal, you have to come at that. The science and the trajectory just has to be in your favor. Do you get what I'm saying?
Fair, if that's Calvert-Lewin, he's heading that in and scoring.
That's what I'm saying. And Oba can head. I don't know why he doesn't like using his head. It's not like he's a poor header of the ball. He's not the greatest, but he's not
known for his heading though.
Come again?
He's not known for his heading though, so maybe
he's not known for heading,
maybe it's a confidence thing.
He's always played on the floor, but I've seen him score headers for us. He can head the ball.
Yeah, he can head it. Well, maybe it's a confidence thing because he's not known for. He doesn't rely on his head. But for me, if I'm Arteta, I'm going to work on his heading, get his confidence.
Definitely, because
he can do everything else.
Yeah, he's motivated enough and you're a pro. I don't care how old you are. Like, see Ronaldo, Messi, all these guys have shown us as good and great as they are. They still went for it, and they're still adding stuff to their game. So, you know, if CR7 at 36, going on 37, is still, you know, jumping and hanging in the air and heading, then Aubameyang, you're only 32.
This is what I'm saying.
You can do it too. You ain't got no excuse.
But talking about the Leeds game, because I know Arteta, I bet you any money he starts Laka.
No, I reckon he's gonna rest him. You know, here's why. I think that coming off yesterday, he needs to wrap him in cotton wool. And one thing I've noticed he's always done with Lacazette, and that's why he said, more people saying I'm not playing Lacazette. He's got a lot of games under me. Anytime Laka has been hot, Arteta's always played him. Like, do you remember the time when, for whatever reason, Oba came late and he didn't start Aubameyang, and Aubameyang was at the team for about 2-3 games. He wasn't starting, playing Lacazette, and obviously Lacazette was still doing it. And then I think like the last game, the game against Villarreal, that's when he got injured and we lost him, and he lost his place in the team. So I reckon he'll rest him. He may just have to play.
I'm telling you, he's gonna start. I'm telling you.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. He's right. Let's see. Because guy came off. That's what I'm thinking.
You know what? I feel like the only reason I think he's gonna play Laka is because we're out of Europe, and he's got to go for every trophy.
Oh, you make a point. And he wants to probably try and win this trophy.
He wants to win anything possible.
Yep.
So he's gonna. I feel like he's gonna go for Laka.
Yeah, one of the two of them will play. That much I know.
Pepe
one
will
of
play.
The two of them will play.
Pepe will play on the right.
Pepe will play.
And maybe Martinelli can get a squeeze on the left.
Yeah, Martinelli will play. Martinelli will start for sure.
I don't know if he'll start. I reckon he'll get half an hour. I'm telling you, there's something about him not trusting Martinelli, man. I'm telling you.
No, I don't think it's not trusting. I'm trying to tell you.
I know you keep telling me you wait for his. But in my head, I'm like, you're putting him on a 90th minute. You're putting him on. You don't trust him, man. He doesn't trust him.
No, I don't think it's a trusting. I think he's trying to bed him in, and we'll get the benefit because when the guy starts striking hot, especially if not before or what goes in January, we're going to see some stuff.
You're gonna see Nketiah. That's what you're gonna see.
Nah, right now Nketiah's not even in the squad.
You're gonna see
Nketiah's not even in the squad. That tells you all you need to know. Whoever's in the squad is in his thoughts.
I hear you, but I don't know.
I've never seen
Arteta play Martinelli that much. I've only seen Martinelli feature under Emery and Wenger.
Well, you remember, let's go back to time. And by the way, everyone, we finished analyzing the Villa game because it spoke for itself. There wasn't much to say. And remember, this is All Things Arsenal, so this is part of All Things Arsenal. If we rewind to Boxing Day 2020, 4 games in a row, those 4 games they won, Martinelli started all those games under Arteta. It was the injury that curbed him. It was the injury. And remember when he came back from the injury, he had that very, very energetic, because that's what he is. And he had a very decent game. But the second game, he got injured again. And then he had to sit him out. And then he came back and he wasn't really, really at it. Then towards the end of the season, he got those couple goals. It was just getting little like bench stuff in there. So, you know, that injury for me is what slowed it down. And then going to the Olympics, I reckon that was such a waste. Because in Arsenal's mind, they're probably thinking, okay, this is a guy we want to use, but if he goes to the Olympics, he's going to play, right? But they didn't even play him. They brought, what's his name, Richarlison. So maybe they looked at their team and they thought, you know what? We need one of these guys to come through so we can win the thing. And to be honest, Richarlison actually bullied those guys in the Olympics.
Yeah, of course he would, man.
He bullied them.
Step ahead.
He just scored like how many goals or like whatever. So Richarlison coming in took away a lot of game time for Martinelli that he only got like 1 substitute appearance. So when he now comes back, he doesn't have like games in his legs.
Yeah.
And he's obviously come. So all of this adds up. So it's only now, like we saw against, was it Palace? Yeah, it was against Palace. The 10-minute
10
cameo
minutes.
that we saw. That for me, did Pepe play on Monday?
Against Palace, he started.
Pepe started, didn't he? Oh, no
Yeah.
wonder. No wonder we had what we had. I forgot Pepe started. Yeah, he started, and obviously, for me, that cameo of Martinelli has announced him again. You're gonna see Martinelli get in on the bigger games before Pepe, and that for me
there must be something in the contract, man. Pepe's always gonna play over Martinelli, always.
Well, think about it. As long as Saka stays fit, we know Saka's position is on the left. The only reason Pepe gets in there is like, and you know he wants to do 4-3-3. He's going to flog that till he gets it. He has only dropped Odegaard yesterday for me because if you're looking for confidence, if you're looking to build, you're going to go with who's going to come in and try and, oh, hold on. We got someone who's wanting to come in, who wants to come in and do a little something. So let's see who this is. You are very, very welcome. We've got a triple D on this. Is this NDD or someone else? Please state your name. Okay.
Sound like background music.
Yeah. Okay. Whilst we wait for our fellow Gooner, I think it's a fellow Gooner, because I did invite some. Okay, they've gone on mute. I did invite some Aston Villa fans to come to the last game. They didn't want to. I mean, I gave them short notice. I should have told them yesterday it was coming.
You can't do that, man.
That's actually something we want to do. So I don't know any Leicester fans. But if you know any Leicester fans, let me know. You live in Birmingham, so you might know some. Let them know that next week we want them on to analyze with us. Hopefully we can turn them over too. But yeah, last thing I saw on that game last night, everything is that we wanted to see going forwards and defending.
Yeah.
I'm really liking Gabriel and White. Do you notice how because of their footballing ability, the language barrier isn't such a thing? 100%. Because I still hear that Gabriel doesn't speak that much English. So, I just think when you know what you're doing, that football just speaks for itself. So, like I said, they're not perfect. They're not the best centre back pairing in the league, but there's a lot of
they're up there, though.
Up there. There's many people I'm sure will be thinking, "Oh, I wouldn't mind them." There's not many defenders in the league that are naturally left-footed.
And they're young as well. That's another thing. Yeah. They're young.
And they're young.
They can only get better.
They can only get better.
So it's going to be a lovely 3 years.
It'll make us more money.
Yeah, definitely.
So whichever way is a win-win for me.
To be honest, our whole back line is under 24 under, and that says to me that when they reach their peak, we can actually be challenging for the title.
100%. And well, this is the thing, and this is why that they're going the way they're going, because the only problem is that when they reach their peak, what are the other teams going to be like? That's what you have to ask yourself. And obviously,
that's something. But we have one of the youngest teams in the league.
Which is the good thing, because as we know, teams don't stay on the top forever, and because of the game today, Sir Alex Ferguson was able to do where he kept on chopping and changing, and just recycling and still winning. This team will get their time if they're kept together.
Yeah, and if we can create a philosophy of always having young players ready to come in, so as soon as these guys reach about 28, 29, we got quality 22, 23-year-olds. That's how you make sure that you have consistency.
Consistency, yeah, 100%.
So I am aligned with the project. I do like what Edu and Arteta are trying to do. I just don't like Edu and Arteta.
Yeah. I mean, Edu's messed up in the market for a while, but let's be honest.
This year has been his best.
This year's been his best year. This summer's transfer window has been decent, and I think you notice. I think it's been good because they kind of not done any deals with Kia Joorabchian.
The Chelsea
to Kia brought us Martinelli though, didn't he?
Yeah.
So you win some, you lose some, and we lost quite a lot.
I know, but it also shows to me that you can do it. So why was you flapping about in the past when you can make easy decisions like Yeah, you don't always need to listen to the fans. No fan is going to tell you to sign Ramsdale. No fan is going to tell you to sign Tomiyasu. No fan is going to tell you to sign Lukanga. Not many fans were screaming about Ben White, but they've all come in and looked solid compared to the players we've already had at the squad. For me, Ben White, it's impossible for him to lose his place to Holding and Mari. Ramsdale, Leno's not getting back in. I've never seen Leno distribute the ball like this.
Never.
I've never seen him be so comfortable with commanding his box and him showing his. I know Leno's German and they're a bit more conservative, but I like to see my goalkeeper passionate, and even when that shot went in, he was angry at them for allowing that shot to get. I want to see that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I want to see that they're fighting for the clean sheet because that's a priority for the defense.
Yep.
Don't see
they get benefits as well. Same way strikers get benefits and bonuses when they're scoring and assisting. Goalkeepers
they get clean sheet bonus. Yeah,
they get clean sheet bonus. So do the defenses. So when I hear stuff like that, you kind of know who you get when people start fighting for stuff. Because if your player is fighting for a clean sheet, even if they're just motivated by their bonus, I'd rather have that.
Of course. At the end of the day, if you got a clean sheet, you can't lose.
He goes just so he can get his bonuses. I'd rather have that because success on the pitch will mean more success off.
Of course. As you said, if you're hard to score against, you need one goal to win games.
Yep.
We clearly showed that against Brighton and Norwich. Okay, we wasn't amazing going forward, but we were solid at the back. Even against Brighton, I know they had a few chances, but we were still solid at the back and we don't concede. It's only the Man City game and moments in that Chelsea game where we've looked a bit. Then again, we did go down to 10 men, but they're the only two games where we weren't solid defensively. I know the Brentford game, but the Brentford game for me, one of the goals should have been disallowed, and we didn't have our full squad, so I'm not even counting.
Yeah, definitely.
So 100%. with the squad going forward now, we're actually really hard to score against. Crystal Palace, we conceded 2, but that was 2 mistakes from our midfielders. No teams are not getting the ball and playing their way
through and playing.
And to be honest, loads.
Arsenal had the 4th best defense last year.
Third,
sorry. I didn't sleep on that. Stat. That's been a very, very long time. That's happened.
Trust. Because we were concede City before.
Yeah. So let's see. What are your predictions for the League Cup game and for Leicester?
Against Leeds, I reckon because Leeds are struggling right now, they're going to focus on the league. They're going to field a poorer team. It should be a comfortable 2-0 win. Obviously, they still have some decent players in there, and Bielsa's a good manager, so he's not going to get thrashed. But I reckon a solid 2-0 win. And against Leicester, they're in a funny space for me. I know they got that win against United, but United are poor right now. I think we are away to Leicester at the King Power. It's going to be a tough game. But if we carry on our form,
I think it's going to suit us against Leicester.
Yeah, if we carry on our form, and I think we can, because I feel like they now know a kind of style of play and what to do going forward. If we carry that onto the Leicester game, I can see us winning 2-1.
Yeah,
so I'm going to say
tight, closer scoreline. Yeah, I'll go for 2-1. I don't want a 3-2 because I don't like to hear the team conceding more than a goal or even any goal.
Yeah,
I might just go for 1-0. But
I would say 1-0, but I feel like Leicester have a bit of fight. Iniacho, Vardy, it's going to be a bit difficult.
Especially Vardy. Vardy always seems to score against Arsenal, man.
Yeah.
He loves scoring against Arsenal. Especially since he turned down coming to Arsenal after that year they won the league. It's almost like he relishes wanting to play us. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's really, really funny.
But if we beat Leicester, we're making a big statement in the league now.
Yeah, they beat Leicester. They will make a statement in the league, to be fair.
And funny enough, Carragher actually said, because Carragher is always very critical of Arsenal, but he actually said a few weeks ago that don't be surprised if Arsenal get top 4. Now, when he said this was after the Brighton game, and I was thinking, this guy's crazy. But after seeing what we can actually do, because Villa are decent opponents. Let's face it, Villa are a decent team. They don't get walked over. And people were expecting us to lose to Villa, even myself. So if they can grind out good results like that, end of the day, if you score 3 goals in 70 minutes, I don't mind you conceding 1 goal in the last 20.
Yeah, sorry, just having to speak to one of the children here. Now, I totally agree with you, and I'm not gonna go with Carragher. Like that's a big statement. That only happens if United continue to be a wavy team, because I don't
Yeah.
see Chelsea, Paul, or City dropping off or having bad runs unless they get big injuries, or unless January really affects Liverpool, who's going to lose Mane, Keita, and Salah. Now
Liverpool
that's a
in
huge problem.
January are not going to score many goals. I say that now because Firmino
Yeah,
does not score goals.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
They've got rid of
What's his name
Shaqiri.
again? Not
It's gonna
Robinho.
they're gonna
What's
have
his
they're
name?
gonna have
Fabinho,
Origi,
yeah, but then they're gonna have
Firmino,
Jota.
and
Jota, though.
Minamino. Yeah, Jota's good, but Jota needs quality around him.
Yeah, he does. But then they might have Alcantara back by then, and obviously that guy, that guy, if they set up Liverpool for him, he could give them way so many assists that they're gonna have to start putting chances away. And you never know,
Yeah,
Ox could step it up and have a little purple patch, because that's kind of what Ox is like. So they've
that's
still
true.
got some people to come. They got Origi as well. If he just puts his head down,
Origi's a super sub. He doesn't do well when he starts.
yeah, when he starts, yeah.
He's a super
Well,
sub.
we'll see. We'll see what happens to them. They just got deep squads anyway. Obviously, Pools isn't as deep, and I don't see them. Even if that happens in January, those guys will come back in February and just hit the ground running and
Yeah,
do
they will.
bits.
They will.
How they came back, Liverpool will get in top 4 minimum. I reckon they
Yeah,
get in top 2. I reckon
100%.
they're going to be top 2. I think the top 2 is going to be City and Pool again. To be honest, either those two, barring injuries. Chelsea are going to eventually struggle. They've not got Lukaku for about 3 or so weeks. They will eventually struggle. They played a poor Norwich team, so they will put them away.
Yeah.
United, I just feel like they're too good to not make the top 4, because when you've got that much creative going forward, how long are they going to go on a bad patch, or even in games whereby they're on a bad patch? Like they lost 4-2 to Leicester. They could have easily, lost 4-3 or drawn 4-4. Just goes to tell you like what they're working with. So unless those teams like have really bad times, I don't see anywhere else top 4. Even now, top six is a reach for us. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I get what you mean. For me, with United, unless they sign a quality DM, they're not getting top 4. And for
this season,
City,
you reckon?
yeah, 100%. They're not
This
going to get
season,
top 4.
that's a
If they
big
don't,
mistake.
if they don't, because okay, cool, they're great going forward, but they're conceding with ease. And it's because Fred and Scott McTominay are simply not good enough as defensive midfielders for Man United. With City, I reckon City are going to come second or third unless they sign a striker in January.
I don't think they're signing a striker in January, though. That's not Pep style, unless there's someone clearly ready and to be in.
I still don't understand how they got rid of Aguero. For me, on a free, it actually makes no sense.
No, it does, because for me, I think for a few years now,
only if you're replacing him.
No, I think they did want to replace him. Obviously,
they tried with Kane, but they flopped.
Jesus' injuries has taken some of his game away. That someone who's a central striker, and this is a baller. If a central striker decides they want to play wide now, that tells you everything about how he feels about his confidence.
Yeah, he doesn't play him down the middle anymore. He plays Ferran Torres, or he'll play De Bruyne as a false 9. He doesn't really,
or Foden or Grealish or Sterling.
Yeah,
and the reason is he actually said this year, Pep, that Jesus wants to play wide now, and that just tells me that look, this guy is at a stage in his life at this moment whereby, because of his confidence, he'd rather be that person, because he can create, and Jesus' press is just different. No strikers press. He's one of the best out there pressing. So that's the game that City like to play. So he's a dream for Pep, because he loves someone who can press all day.
Yeah.
But City's one's a weird one for me. Everyone's got chinks in their armor, but they just have answers all over the place. And I'm probably going to go and watch their game now to actually see how true that is, especially against a good, decent Brighton team who can.
Yeah, Brighton this season as well. That's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
I reckon that'll be a draw,
I reckon, you know what? Even though I reckon it might put a few people back or just create a lot of competition in our team, I'm hoping they'll go for that Bissouma, dude. I won't say no to that. I will not say no to that.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's gonna kill Maitland now, so that'll kill him.
It will kill Maitland. It will kill Maitland because that guy comes in. That's a different case.
Yeah, he'll have to leave.
Yeah, he'll have to leave if
he's not starting over Xhaka and he's not starting over Lokonga.
Yeah. So at the moment, anyway. You know,
at the moment, anyway.
Maitland's had like 2 decent games this year. He's not had any standout games. And we can see why Lokonga's playing at the moment, because when Lokonga comes, he's showing up. Maitland has had his wish that he's fighting for a place in midfield now. So let's see what he does. You can't say that he's not been given that chance to show us what he's about. So
that's true.
He's getting his chance. Anyway, thank you very much. I agree with those predictions for next week. Let's see if we can go onwards and upwards. And I think, not being in Europe this year is going to help Arteta and the boys a lot, because they're going to have a lot more time to train and get things right. And I'm just hoping that Odegaard's blip is a blip, because I think he's too quality and he thinks very, very quick and moves the ball very quick to not take advantage of the kind of balls and kind of plays he can. And he's a great striker of the ball as well. And we need that for people hitting shots from distance or crossing balls in or playing people in. You just need that, the kind of game we want to play. So
I'm not going to be concerned about a player as young as him, as good as him, having a little blip, because okay, cool, he might have 4 or 5 bad games, but he's going to get back to just doing something breathtaking.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have that kind of player as even coming on the bench than what we've had before in El Nene and Ceballos and Denis Suarez.
Oh, Ceballos was the biggest letdown, though, man. Because come on,
the way he started, I was like, "This is the guy." When he played the game at Burnley, I was like, "No, this is the guy. He's running the show." And then he went ghost.
He was just
spinning.
Now, where is he now? Sevilla. Where is he?
He went back to Madrid, but then they loaned him up. I'm not sure where he's at.
They've loaned him out to somewhere, man.
He's not good enough to get into that Madrid squad.
You know that what's his name doesn't start every game. Bellerin at Betis.
Yeah, he's been a bit poor at the moment as well. There's been a couple of highlights on him.
It's a shame, man. He's fallen off.
Bro, Bellerin was my favorite Arsenal player at one point.
Oh my goodness, he had it. That unfortunately for him, that injury just did it.
It was the injuries, man. It's always the injuries, bro. Arsenal injuries. Arsenal injuries, man. No, it's a curse.
Oh, the curse, man. It did him. Anyway, man, we'll see.
Yeah, man.
Thank you again. And thank you all for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel. And we shall see you next week for the Leicester game.
Let's go.